that goes to the shop?
I don't know.
A flower joke.
What do you call a shopping trolley that goes to the shop?
I don't know.
A shopping trolley shop.
Alright guys, how you doing? Wow.
Okay.
Hello, Bob.
Have you right, now that they've finished their jokes and calling people butts, we're going to read a story today, aren't we?
Welcome to Cookooville.
Yep.
And it's cuckoo.
By Susan Chandler and Delphine Durand. Or Durand, or Dumars, I don't know. I'm over
Or
just spelling.
Dumars.
He could be Dumars. Right.
It's Dumars.
Now, I'm going to warn you guys, this book, some of it sounds really, really crude. This is why I'm doing this Daddy Reads video, because I really like this one, because it's silly. Welcome to Cookooville.
Oh, Ted with us too.
So, you two, old Ted. This is old Ted. Now, he is my teddy bear. I've had him since I was a little kid, and he's passed down through the family for years. Unfortunately, he's had a bit of an arm issue. If anyone out there knows how to be able to put the arm back in its socket without ripping him to shreds and making him just nothing more than an ornament rather than a stuffed toy, can you let me know in the comments down below, because I really want to get him back to full health. Cheers guys, you rock. Right, so let's start on this story. Welcome to Cookooville. And apparently it's for Imogen, Boris and Milan. As long as it's not Boris Johnson. Seriously? Taxing motorcycles? What a moose. In the middle of Cookooville there was a clock. A cuckoo clock. But behind the doors of the cuckoo clock there was, well, nothing. Not a cuckoo in sight. Did you eat it? Did the cat eat it?
Or was it?
Or was it Charlie?
The man ate it.
I thought it was Charlie the cat.
The man ate it.
Oh, okay then. Instead, every hour, one of the local friendly townsfolk would run up the steps and burst through the little wooden doors, shouting out the time, how they loved being the cuckoo. Especially Mrs Gobbledygook. Lumpy plumps, snuffly baps.
That sounds rude.
I told ya. I told ya. She sang from the top of the clock. Lumpy plumps, snuffly bops. Lumpy plumps, snuffly bops. Yes, I know. Right. From there on in, the mayor stopped and shook his head. Right. From now on, everyone takes their turn at being the cuckoo. Everyone except you, Mrs Gobbledygook. We don't need to know about your snuffly plums, thank you. We need to know the time. Actually, it was lumpy plums. Lumpy plums, added a little boy called Pete, who was very clever.
He remembered everything.
Poor Mrs Gobbledygook. Nobody in the town could understand her.
She's weird.
Dropsy bubbly? Asked the grocer. Squishy what? Queried the baker. And what's an ooby nooby when it's at home? Questioned the butcher. I've got to say, I love the butcher. All that blood. Gotta win. If only she could prove to the rest of Cookooville that speaking gobbledygook could be useful. Then she could take her turn at being the cuckoo again. And Pete just stands there looking a bit weird. I like Pete, he's weird. One day, dun-dun-dun, a strange vehicle came rumbling down the hill.
It's a weird bus, everyone.
The townsfolk stood and stared. Who are they? The grocer wobbled. Where did they come from? The baker quibbled. I haven't got enough sausages, the butcher shuddered. What do they want? The mayor whimpered, starting to panic. The vehicle stopped. The doors opened and the steps came down. Visitors, cried the grocer, tossing some tomatoes. Strangers, yelled the baker, lobbing buns in the air like he just does not care. Aliens, boomed the butcher, chucking his chops in a fluster. The townsfolk panicked and ran in all directions until...
Look at the lady.
I know. They all got tangled together and landed in a hysterical heap. Isn't that silly?
Everyone paid attention to the lady.
I know, she's very silly, isn't she?
Yes.
Trust you to think of that. The stranger spoke. The townsfolk wriggled and the mayor popped out. Stop it. Hum honky nups, the stranger said. Oh, what? Stuttered the mayor. He sounded like Mrs Gobbledygook, Peter piped up. Shush your flaps, smelly butts. But no one seemed to hear him because he was the clever kid. Just then, Mrs Gobbledygook appeared. She marched right past the mayor and greeted the strangers with a smile. "Nobody crabs," she said politely. "Nobody crabs," said the strangers. "Fluffy snops, eggs dropsy wink," pointed Mrs Gobbledygook.
Wink.
"She's telling them to get lost," hissed the grocer. "She's giving them what for," barked the baker. "She wants a big sloppy kiss," whispered the butcher. "She's giving them directions," Peter said loudly. Don't know if I like that, Peter, now. It sounds a bit gobby. No, I'm joking. Breathed the townsfolk with delight. Directions. "Directions," said the mayor, realising that all the panic had been for nothing. Actually, he felt a little bit embarrassed. He turned to Mrs Gobbledygook and whispered something. Mrs Gobbledygook nodded her head. Can you nod your head, girls? And then walked towards the clock. "Bobbledy plop Cookooville!" Mrs Gobbledygook shouted from the top of the clock. Which meant, said the mayor, "Welcome to Cookooville!" And with that, the mayor invited the visitors to join them in a game of Jobble Jibble.
Double dibble.
Which, of course, to you and me, means a party! Everybody dance now!
Please leave a comment about me dancing.
And what should I thumbs up the video if they like it? Thumbs up this video if you like it. Comment down below if you want some random or more of these to be done in the future. This is Paul V and Lissy on I'm Well Confused and the I'm Well Confused YouTube channel. See you later, guys. Toodaloo! Bye!
You know what an awesome it is, everybody.
Yes, we do. Goodbye.
Bye.